end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact,
and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Grady Jarrett in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable here from the 38. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
2nd and 6. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here we go.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. When they're lined up in the 46 defense like that, running is just going to be a slog.
Especially if you're trying to run it in the middle of the defense. So what you're hoping, get a stalemate against the 3 across the front. And can you get some one-on-one blocks that you can win on the perimeter? To me, that's the best place to carry the football.
Shot, 17.
Off the RPO, he completes it. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Koo knocks this one through the post. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Eagles had 10-6 now on the year, and they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 22, Hurts. Flushed out right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
On 2nd and goal, Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. The point after is good, and that'll cut it to 3 and 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Okay, right?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On the double.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now Dillon on the inside give. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Hurts. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape. And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
A solid pickup at 13 sets them up first and goal. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score.
Ready.
They'll run here with Dillon. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A.J. Dillon with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Hurts to throw. trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Hurts. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown! Devontae Smith as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The extra point up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here we go, set.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Buying time to his left. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. sticks, and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield, and the Falcons grab it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they are going to get this one back, it looks like. So nearly like-for-like fumbles, but they hang on to this thing and keep it a turnover. So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out in this 3rd quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
This is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. T. Higgins from 21 yards away. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. Here's Hurts. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
This is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his pass catching tight end. That's Pitts. On the move past the 40. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Rondale Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired. Here's Koo to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10. 34 yards line.
3.
One back in the backfield. And he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Here we go.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
38. Ready.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Runs over him, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Eagles on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. A give. It's Jacobs off the option. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 167 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Okay,
Yeah, how
ready?
about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Ready.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Atlanta, they finish off the regular season at 12 up and 5 down. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the loss means they'll finish up the regular season at 10-7. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture.